You can't mix a cat and a dog. You can't mix white and black.
Whereas to the point where, so when my mom found out that I had my son, she kicked me out.
So I was the one in between, and then they both slapped me.
And he said, if you don't go after him, he will end up committing suicide. My name is Andy Sabia.
I'm Jacques.
I had a white stepdad. Then when he passed away, I took him as a dad. So when I lost him, it was like a real loss. And I think from then on, that's when I was like trying to find a white man or someone to replace him in a way. Ended up meeting him through church. I get there and he just waltzes in like he's like that guy. Like and I'm usually like very bubbly, so it was very weird to find somebody as bubbly as me. I gave him like a stare, like who does he think he is at that time? So I wasn't interested. I'm like, oh, this guy thinks he owns the world. So during the church service, we were talking about past ones that have passed away and to just cry it out. He just comes from the back. He doesn't know me from above soap, and he just goes, and I'm looking up and I'm like, who's patting me on the back? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's the new guy.
The reason why I pet her was because I could see she was going through something. And I'm just a very loving person.
So, out of everyone in the room.
Wow, you stood out.
Then after the service, we probably had a chat, and yeah, that's how we went.
The thing that attracted me was because I'm a naughty child. I'm the black sheep in the family. So no one really likes me, so I'll always go against your word. And my mom and more racist, so I was like, yeah, let's break this racism chain.
So even in like when he was still pursuing me, we would have to, I would really jump over the wall to come and see him at his place. So he sleeps on the outside room in the igloo. So we would jump at the back to get to his place, and his mom wouldn't see. And I would literally sleep over. My mom, on the other hand, please don't blame my mom. I was just a very sneaky child. My mom would think I met my friend, but she doesn't. But they ended up finding out about us anyways. He was house sitting, and I would literally go from Kwamashu. During that time, I would have to travel from school to Montclair because I was still going to the same school. So I would go see him when he was house sitting, and on the weekends. There was even a time where I slept outside because he was at his mom's because I came and we couldn't communicate. So during that time, his mom would also sometimes come over and check on him while he was house sitting, and he'd be like, somebody's here, and she'd just have an itch about it, but she wouldn't find me.
By that time, she'll be hiding inside the cupboards.
Yes, I'm in the cupboard, literally. And then there was one time I forgot, there was some key that was missing. I think it was one of my keys for home. And now it was with him, that key. My mom had to go to his mom's place, and that's where they met. And she's like, where's the key? My mom's like, where's the key? I know you're with that boy. She knew about him. She knew there was a boy involved. She didn't know him. So she said, okay. I said, Mom, it's at the guy's house. And we already broke up at that time because he went for my friend. I feel like he was more with her because he was allowed to. Whereas with me, he had to hide me. So when he finished house sitting, we couldn't be together anymore. His mom and my mom found out, and they were talking together. Apparently, my mom told me about it on the phone. His mom was calling her a B word, a B word, a B word. His mom was more like, no, she's black. No, we don't do that.
I went for a friend because I was most in a safe zone with my parents because there was a big fight that happened after her mom showed up. So then my mom and them went at me because of my choices in life. I had to jump border to see if I can just reduce the heat at home. She was a white girl, but there will always come opportunity where...
But you liked her too, don't act like you didn't like her.
I did like her, but
yeah.
At that time, she just swore me and told me you can't mix a cat and a dog. You can't mix white and black. Your kids will come out this way, that way. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out between me and her too, because whatever other white girls have done in the past, she did the same. So she just clarified to me that I don't belong with white. They cheat a lot. They're not very loyal, and they're hungry for money. They don't respect men. There's certain things, but I don't say all of them are like that. Just the ones that I've chosen in life, I guess. I've learned that if you jump the border like I did, that's what they say in our culture, we jump the border. Because you left your race to go to a different race. I wanted to test the waters with a different race, obviously. Different races will treat you differently depending on how they know you. And plus, me working with a lot of African people, I see that there's no difference between the two. It's just we handle our stress differently. White people will always be in a rush trying to solve a situation. They'll overstress themselves for something stupid. Where Africans, they let loose. They're like, we'll see it tomorrow when we get to it. When it comes back, we'll see it. And you need to live life freely like that sometimes, because once you carry all that weight, it's going to put you in places you don't want to be.
I also think he had leverage because now when he broke up with my friend, it was like, okay, look now. You say I must be with her, but she's cheating basically in their home. And you want me to stay with her. Whereas there's Andy here who hasn't done anything. The time that we broke up apart, I was still in school. I was obsessed with him. Let me just tell you something. I was obsessed with this man. There wouldn't be a night where I would go to sleep and he's not on my mind. I don't know what is it with me. I don't know if it's because of high school or I was young, but he was all I could think about and he doesn't even know that. So by the time they broke up, I was already ready for him mentally. But as soon as he broke up with her, I added him and then we spoke. And I said, if you want to get back with me, I have to say sorry to my mom for putting me through all of that stuff because my mom knew about everything. So I said, say sorry to mom, get done with her, ask her to date me, then we can go and move forward. My mom was like, okay, go for it, guys. It's just like, go for it now. And even with his parents, they were like open. So he invited me to dinner. I don't know where the racism went. So by the way, when I came over, everyone was nice to me, including his mom. Like everyone was very welcoming. I think because he went through what he went through, they also saw with their eyes like, okay, maybe we're wrong.
When it was in the beginning with me and you, him and my mom will sit me down, grab the Bible and show me Bible verses that you
I didn't know that. See, that's a first.
The harshest and hardest thing, I think all of it. If you really love someone and you try, and even though knowing that you have to fight and break chains, I think everything they say hurts. Because at the end of the day, you want to be with this person, but they're trying to convince you not to be with that person. They'll even get pastors to come over, try and speak me over and say, yeah, you see, even the pastor sees it's wrong for being in a mixed race and your kids won't be like seen as in a race because now they are mixed. And till now where I am, I can say I've done it without my mom. I've done it without myself. It's a choice I've made for myself. And yeah, family is there, but I choose the family I've created. When she was in school, we were on and off a lot of times due to the battle of my mother trying to convince me, and I just don't want to listen. And then I try and make them happy, and it fails. Where our parents got involved in our relationship, and they started turning us against each other, basically. They trying to tell us how to do it and how to be, and then it became just a little too much, I guess, and both of us exploded.
Him and my mom had like this relationship where they would like fight with each other for me. Like my mom would want to be with me and like he would fight as if like my mom wants me. Like if I go to my mom, he feels like her mom is taking away. Like he has this imaginary thing in his head where my mom's the racist one and my mom wants to take like me away from him, which is not the case. But he has built that up in his head.
Then I got engaged. After being engaged, that's when Josh was born. But my stepdad, he's racist as hell. Me and my dad exchanged a lot of words because he didn't want to bring a share or show care about my son being born. He was there for the birth, but after that, it's like he just wrote us off.
Oh, and he was on some, let's make sure it's the dad. He's the dad. And luckily, my son came out like exactly like him. He came out like a spitting image of his dad. So I was just a bit like, what do you mean? I think I was sitting next to him in the car and said that, okay, let's make sure. Maybe he was saying it in a joking way at the time, but he was like, yeah, let's see if it's his first before the baby came out. Whereas to the point where, so when my mom found out that I had my son, she kicked me out. During that gap, his parents looked after me, especially his mom. Every time I go to the garage, she'd be like, what do you want? What do you want to eat? She would feed me. She'd be like, anything, are you okay? Is everything fine? What do you need? Like, they were very supportive, and they literally gave me a home at that time until my mom was ready again to come back. How the roles changed, where his parents ended up liking me and being against him. Like, I would have conversations with the stepdad, and his stepdad would be like, are you sure about this guy? Literally, they would tell me that. And then my mom would be on his side, like, he's such a good dad. He's been with you ever since Josh was a little egg. Every time we'd confide in our parents if we fight. When it comes to our relationship with us, we were getting very toxic, and we would fight all the time because of our parents being involved. And when I was staying there too, his stepdad would be like, yeah, why is she eating too much? Using my electricity and this and that. You need to pay for this. And then there was one time it just piled up, and I was just like, I'm done. Especially with the stepdad, because we weren't getting along, and I was tired of being told. And he would be more on his mom's side, which is another thing I didn't like. He was very mommy's boy at that time. So when we broke up for 6 years, this one, to hurt me, he decides to date one of my friends from school that I used to walk with again.
Black friend.
This is a black friend of mine now. Now, I think he was trying to replace me. So I tried to carry on with my life. I was like abstinent. Like, I think I was just really trying to get over our breakup, because it did hurt. So done with the relationship, done with everything. And I was done with men in general. So it took me 3 years to even get back onto the...
They have helped me grow, like, into the man, the responsibility I have.
Yes.
Everything happens for a reason. That 3 years were there for me to grow.
So I was a manager for about a month now in Msanga, and they added somebody else with me to help me. And he decides to employ a pastor. The pastor comes, and we are a team now, because we had to build a team. Now my friend tells me out of nowhere, hey, you know that pastor that you guys just hired? She says, no, he can tell, he's a prophet. He can tell you the future and all stuff. So I was curious after that to see what obviously the pastor's going to say about me. I feel like the way I approached him was like he knew I was coming. So we sat down and said, okay, so I heard you can tell the future. So tell me, what can you see in mine? Now he's like, oh, you need to go back. I'm talking about the father of your kids. And I'm like, huh? The father of my kids? What about the other guy? What's going on with him? And he's like, no, that other guy loves you like 30% and you're 70. And then the father of your children, he loves you like 100. And like he just loves you for who you are. So when I'm like, no ways, I'm not going back to him. I don't like him. I hate him. The pastor says to me, no, my darling, you love him. You're just hurt. All my anger towards this guy went away. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he did, but he touched my hand. He's like, no, you still love him. He touched the parts of me inside my heart that I was like trying to block. Like I was acting like I hate him. Whereas I feel like my anger masked my love for him. The pastor tells me a prophecy now about Jacques. He's currently with somebody, but now if he's with that person, he will end up committing suicide. So I really took it to heart. And he said, if you don't go after him, this is how it will end up. And I'm like, he's like, you need to go for him now. And I told him what the pastor said and the prophecy. He didn't believe it. He was like, ugh.
After the conversation, I was like, she has to fight for it back, because the way you hurt me the last time, I'm not just gonna, come open arms now. And then the whole incident of breaking up was still fresh. Her mom chased me away from seeing my son.
But I was like pushing, because he can be very suicidal. He was at a mental hospital during that 6 years apart. So I did believe in the prophecy, and I didn't want that to happen. Even his friends at work would say, this woman's not good for him. So my mission again, just get him. Now, he is having fun getting his bread buttered on both ends. Now, even his mom could see it, and he's like, this guy's playing. Now he's playing around with you. Now he's liking his bread buttered. His girlfriend is literally in hospital. And he decides, come over for the weekends. I knew then, I'm like, he doesn't love her. And we spent the whole weekend together trying to have a trial of how we would be staying together. And now we leave Sunday, and he's like, he's going to break up with her on Monday. Now I'm waiting at home, waiting for him to be like, come over again. I'm back at his mom's house. And now I'm like, why hasn't he broken up with her? Now it's Tuesday. I pass by his place now coming from work and I'm seeing her cars there and I'm pissed off. And I said, what's going on? Are you breaking up with her? What's going on? He's like, no, not yet. Give me some time. And I'm like, time? He comes over to his sister and he says, apparently he said to his sister, Andy mustn't come over anymore. She must stay there. And then he comes over on the Wednesday and he says, hey, I don't think this is going to work out. I'm choosing her. And he's like, no, this is not going to work out. And he's breaking up with me full on. And this is at night time at about 6 o'clock. And I said, you're doing this again for the second time now. Now we're breaking up again. So I go back inside. And then his mom is like, you really going to let him do it to you? She's like, go to his house. He's probably with her. Go to his place now. So I go now to his place. There's nobody home. The car's not there. I literally sat there 5 minutes. They came. Now, as they're parking inside, I'm coming out of the car and I'm going in the gate. He's like, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Now, I'm like, I mustn't do this to you. I've stopped a lot of things for you just to try and be in this relationship again. I told my boss I don't want to move to Benito and all of that. So I'm like, you're going to ruin my life. We used to be nice and supreme with this girl. So I said, So now he's trying to push me away. This girl is walking away already. She's walking, going into the place. She doesn't care about me. Even before though, she found messages between us, to be honest. And then they had a fight about it, but they got over it. Then I ended up pushing him aside and I ran into this place. Now she's already sitting on the bed. And now I'm like, can we please talk? Now I'm huffing and puffing now because I've been running. And she's like, nah, I don't want to talk to you and whatever, valid. But like, I'm trying to tell you what this man's doing to us. So I'm just like, you know what? This man, I literally looked at it, I'm like, this man, while you're in hospital, was laying with me in that same bed that you're sitting on there. And I went. And now as I'm leaving, his head is like, and I'm laying in bed, not even 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He's coming, he's walking in. Jacques is here. And then all I hear is, congratulations, you won. When he walks out, not even 5 minutes again, the girl comes. Then as she's coming in, she's like, okay, can we talk now? What's going on? Like, what's going on between you? And I'm like, at the moment, since he's behaving like this, because he didn't even know what choice he wanted to make, I'm not talking to him right now. I don't want to be with him at this moment. Because, like, he had his bread buttered on both ends. So she's like, okay, well, I'm not going to get in between whatever you guys, what's going on with you guys and whatever. And then we left it on a note of, like, a question mark. I was just angry at him. She's angry at him. It was a question mark when she left. Then when I'm at work the next day, I get a call from him and he says, so can we just be together now? And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, you won now. It's over. She left me. Then we got back together and we started moving in. We were getting my stuff in and all of that. 2 days, ma'am, she walks in. Now she looks around like it's her place. She's like, so what are you guys doing around here? I'm like, excuse me? And I said, I'm giving them 15 minutes to talk. Now I can see the conversation is taking a bit longer. Now I'm getting angry because like now this chapter's over now. You guys, it's over. We end up getting into a fight and now he's trying to break us up and she slapped me first. And then I slapped her back and it was like a whole fist fight.
WWE.
Like literally, she even jumped over the wall and whatever. Like it was a whole thing. After the whole saga and us fighting and then I went into the room. She said, whatever money I gave you in the relationship, I want it back. So he had to pay her about, I think, 4,000 in order to like square us. Every Wednesday, she came to our place to basically collect money.
In the time that they were fighting, obviously, I tried to keep the peace. So I was the one in between, and then they both slapped me. And then I got angry, and I was like, the both of you need to grow up. You can come and speak to me, and I left them to hit each other and to finish it off now. My ex came, and she was like, just give me what I want. Otherwise, I'm going to come make your life hard. And then I was like, nah, I'm not going to take that long to pay you back. She's going to ask for the money back so she can still see me continuously. So I was not going to stand for that. When it comes to culture and the race difference, I don't see that there's a challenge because if you love someone, it doesn't matter what she wants or what the family wants from you to get to the point where she can be yours for life. You can't challenge love with any other family because love is control of the others.
Yeah, my mom also was very supportive of me dating him, to be honest. Like even when it comes to lobola, okay, so we're planning on getting married. Even when it comes to lobola and stuff, we're not even doing it like the normal way. He's just gonna pay my mom and we're gonna get married. As soon as we got back together, they're like, we're not getting involved this time. Even the parents were like, you guys do you, and we're not involved. On my end, on my family side, white people are always seen on a hierarchy. Like, so it was like, oh, you got a white man. So it was seen, I was praised for it.
My mom and them always watch these nonsense things on YouTube about the blacks and the whites fighting, and so I guess they have this fear of the black people taking over, and they just very negative when it comes to black people. They think you have less brains, you don't function the same way we do. So in other words, the same what black people are doing. See the handful of rich white people, and then they classify all the whites as that handful of people. Both sides see each other differently. She fought for me this time, and she showed that she wants to be with me. I am giving my all to her. So even the 6 years apart, the connection was there.
I feel like we're the same person, but in opposites at the same time, because he's more black and then I'm like more white, and then our personalities are the same. So even when we fight, it's like somebody needs to calm down because we're both fire. I think he's learned that now the second time being together, because before we used to fight together and he used to be like, yeah, I'm the man here. But now he's like, my love, I love you. Calm down, like, and I end up calming down because I'm like always up. Second time going, I just feel like he's more ambitious. He's a man. He's a man now. Like literally, he's a man now.
Her bags and her anger are like together. It's a package deal. When she gets angry, her bags must go.
Since he said that, the thing I like least about him is that he wants me to stay for his nonsense. That's the thing. You want me to stay for your nonsense? I can't stay for everything. Some things need to be nipped in the bud.
Smile. The way she treats me. Yeah, she's very supportive. She's mine. She can handle my madness and so can I. So, yeah.
I like the fact that he's always there for his kids. Even that's one of the main reasons why I got back with him, because through everything that we've been through, he's always been there for his kids, no matter what. Through the whole 6 years, he's been paying for his son. He never denied his son once, even when he was still small. Like, he's really a good father figure. He's funny. I don't like to admit it. He's got dad jokes, but he's funny.
I will say if it's God's plan, your paths will cross. And if it doesn't, that person was not meant for you. It's there for you to grow. So whatever situation you're in that relationship, I'll say that happened for a reason, for you to look into yourself and see where you need to make the growth for the next person. Relationships, they dare to make you or break you. So you can choose what you do in that situation.
He can handle me at like he said, when I'm angry, when I'm in that state, to calm me down. He's the only one who can relax, and he matches me in those moments. So he can tolerate that. Why I love you so much is that you get me, you understand me. So it's what you can tolerate in a relationship when it comes to somebody else. So if you can't tolerate certain things, don't compromise. Everyone has issues. Everyone has ups and downs. It's what downs can you take from the other person? Yeah.